Hello, knowledge seekers. In this episode of 20-Minute Books, we're diving into the realms of relationships and attachment with the enlightening book Attached. This book, penned by neuroscientist and psychiatrist Dr. Amir Levine, along with Rachel S.F. Heller, a Columbia University graduate with a mastery in social organizational psychology, serves as a guide to understanding adult attachment, relationship dynamics, and the science behind them. Together, Levine and Heller unravel the complexity of human bonds, shedding light on how to make relationships work and revealing why certain pairings fail to connect. They bring their academic backgrounds to bear on decoding the mysteries of love and commitment, promising readers insights to transform their love lives. Attached is a must-read for those seeking to enhance a current relationship, those navigating the dating world in search of the one, and even those who are puzzled over recurring relationship patterns. In their breakthrough approach, the authors intertwine scientific theory with practical advice, transforming how we perceive and interact within our romantic relationships. So, whether you're working on strengthening an existing bond or figuring out the enigma of finding compatible partners, tune in to this episode as we summarize and discuss Attached, a book that promises to revolutionize your understanding of relationships and attachment. Attached, the new science of adult attachment, and how it can help you find and keep love. Introduction. Dive into the mystery of relationships and unravel its psychological intricacies. Isn't it intriguing, the varied emotions we experience when we find ourselves in a romantic liaison? The unease that creeps in with the growing intimacy, the nagging insecurities that sometimes surface, the cloud of anxiety that surrounds our mind. Ever wondered what prompts these emotions? The book Attached holds the key to these mysteries and more. As we delve into the content, we'll learn about the science that underpins our romantic relationships, their origins deeply intertwined with our evolutionary history. What's more, we'll delve into the concept of attachment styles, distinct patterns dictating how individuals engage in relationships. The magic of understanding these underlying mechanisms is that it empowers you. You can finally start to make sense of your actions and reactions in a relationship, deal more effectively with problems that arise, and recognize what elements you truly need to foster a fulfilling partnership. As we navigate through this narrative, we'll explore the profound impact a dissatisfying relationship can have on our physical health, effective strategies to handle situations when your romantic interest hasn't shown initiative, and the degree of influence you wield over your relationship's quality. Part 1. Grasp the significance of attachment in paving the way for a fulfilling life. Isn't it intriguing how the prospect of our partner's absence can trigger a sense of distress within us? This discomfort, in truth, stems from the deep-seated bond of attachment that binds us. So, what does attachment imply? Attachment denotes a profound bond that individuals share, a bond persistent over time and characterized by an intense longing to remain connected. Such an attachment could be observed between a mother and her child, or in a romantic entanglement between two adults. The beautiful part is, these bonds of attachment come with bountiful benefits. Nurturing close personal relationships lay the groundwork for emotional stability, equipping us to maintain our calm even in the face of trying circumstances. Imagine this: your partner's hand intertwined with yours in times of distress. Such a gesture offers an immense sense of support, a reassurance that there's someone by your side to help you brave the storm. The simple act of hand-holding, then, has the power to make even the most intimidating situations seem less daunting. This observation was reaffirmed in a study investigating the therapeutic impact of attachment. When female participants, placed in stressful situations, had the chance to hold their partner's hand, their hypothalamus, the brain's emotional pressure switch, was found to be less active compared to when they confronted stress alone. However, the absence of such attachment bonds carries the risk of dissatisfaction, eventually leading to detrimental health implications. It's not surprising to learn that an unhappy relationship inflicts not just emotional but physical pain as well. For instance, if you're discontented with your marriage, your partner's mere presence can cause your blood pressure to spike due to the discomfort they induce. Persistent high blood pressure, unfortunately, might pave the way to serious health issues like heart disease. Part 2. Unravel the role of our genetic blueprint and life experiences in shaping our attachment needs. We've all experienced it. The frustration our partners can sometimes invoke in us, driving us to the brink of insanity. And yet, amid all the chaos, we continue to harbor feelings of love for them, yearning for our affection to be reciprocated. But what prompts this yearning? What lies at the root of attachment? The answer is nestled within our genetic makeup. Evolution has inscribed in our genes the instinct to foster relationships. This longing for attachment surfaces right from our infancy. Our initial craving for relationships isn't motivated by an understanding of their rewarding nature, but rather propelled by an intrinsic genetic desire. This need for attachment has been a part of our shared history, tracing back to our ancestors, who discovered that collaboration was key to surviving life's challenges and fending off predatory threats. The individuals who managed to find reliable partners went on to procreate, thereby passing on the genes that had ably aided them in securing dependable mates. But our genetic predisposition for attachment is not an unchanging constant. It can be profoundly influenced by our lived experiences. Our parents' interaction with us during our formative years plays a significant role in shaping our attitudes toward relationships. Imagine parents nurturing a secure bond with their child, offering them ample attention and responding aptly to their needs, distinguishing, for instance, between their child's cries for affection and hunger. A child reared in such an environment is likely to foster secure relationships in adulthood. However, a child's struggle to form stable relationships isn't always reflective of parenting failures. Our attachment styles can also be shaped by the relationships we encounter later in life. A tumultuous romantic relationship in adulthood can have a profound impact on your attitudes toward relationships, potentially jeopardizing your future relationships. Now, we've explored the origins of our relationship needs. Moving on, we'll examine how these varied needs shape our behavior in relationships. Part 3. Meet the anxious kind. Individuals with an intense need for intimacy who often worry about their relationships. As we've established, attachment is an innate desire for us all. However, our experiences and perceptions of these attachments aren't uniform. We have distinct perspectives on relationships and unique expectations of how they ought to be. These variations carve out different categories of individuals, each with a unique attachment style that governs their conduct in romantic scenarios. Let's begin by understanding the first category: people characterized by an anxious attachment style. Such individuals are often consumed by their relationships, incessantly worrying that their partners may not reciprocate their feelings in the same measure. Consider this scenario. You miss your partner during her work hours and decide to give her a call. Instead of hearing her voice on the other end, you're met with a relentless dial tone, a rejected call. This immediately sends you spiraling into a whirlwind of worry, forcing you to question her love for you. 30 minutes of unrelenting anxiety later, she calls back to apologize, explaining that she had been in a meeting and couldn't answer her call. Does this reaction resonate with you or remind you of your partner's behavior? If yes, then one of you likely possesses an anxious attachment style, marked by a yearning for constant availability of your partner and a propensity to take their behavior personally. If you identify with this style, it would serve you well to seek someone with the emotional capacity to provide you with the sense of security you crave. A relationship with someone incapable of catering to your emotional needs would provide little solace. Instead, aim to find a partner who can readily meet your need for consistent availability. Someone with a secure attachment style, comfortable with intimacy, we'll delve deeper into this in a subsequent segment, could be your ideal match. They'd validate your feelings, always be willing to address your multitude of concerns, and make you feel genuinely loved and understood. Part 4. Introducing the avoidant kind, individuals who yearn for autonomy within a relationship. Picture a relationship where you feel utterly trapped, overwhelmed by your partner's excessive neediness, and unable to comprehend the need for absolute dependence on another person. Does this remind you of your own experience? If it does, you likely exhibit an avoidant attachment style. People with this attachment style fiercely guard their independence in relationships. They strive to maintain a safe distance from others, fearing that drawing too close might threaten their cherished autonomy. Their struggle to comprehend others' emotions makes it a challenge to maintain relationships with them. But let's not forget, as we've previously discussed, the need for attachment is universal. Even avoidants harbor this desire, though their manifestation of it differs. In the realm of relationships, they're often on the quest for the one. Since they find it hard to strike compromises based on their partner's personality traits and needs, they conjure up a rigid image of their ideal partner. It's common for avoidants to be irked by trivial habits of their partners, like the way they sip their coffee or the peculiar sound of their sneeze. By zeroing in on these minor issues, they manage to maintain an emotional distance, constantly waiting for the one. For avoidants to sustain their relationships, they need to consciously strive to view their partners in a more positive light. For instance, whenever a problem crops up in a relationship, avoidants are quick to point fingers at their partners, thereby piling immense pressure on them. Fortunately, this can be avoided if avoidants are willing to put in the effort. They simply need to adopt a positive perspective of their partners, rather than viewing them as the root cause of their troubles. The most effective way to achieve this is by looking inward and identifying the source of conflict within themselves. This process should also involve a sincere attempt to understand the problem from their partner's viewpoint. Part 5. Meet the secure kind. Adaptable individuals who are comfortable with intimacy and the most common type. When it comes to relationships, the majority of us aren't willing to settle. We long to find our perfect match, someone who understands when we need space and is ready to offer a comforting embrace when we feel alone. Surprisingly, such individuals aren't just figments of our imagination. They exist in reality and are classified under the secure attachment style. Individuals with this attachment style are at ease with closeness and intimacy. While other attachment styles grapple with the challenges of extreme dependence or independence, secure individuals seem to effortlessly navigate these waters. They can decipher their partner's needs without succumbing to anxiety, like an anxious person, or displaying indifference, like an avoidant person. Being in a relationship with a secure partner is indeed the best recipe for a joyful relationship. Given the advantages associated with a secure attachment style, it's no surprise that relationships between two secure individuals often run smoothly. Interestingly, even if just one partner in a relationship is secure, it can significantly enhance the quality of the relationship by mitigating any issues arising from other attachment styles. Picture this. You're sitting at your desk, staring at a mountain of pending work, and running out of time. As your anxiety escalates, your partner enters the room. He inquires about your well-being, but instead of sharing your concerns, you lash out at him for interrupting your work. But since your partner possesses a secure attachment style, he's not deterred by your sharp words. He understands that you're not in the mood for a conversation. He picks up on your cues and finds ways to offer support, perhaps by offering words of encouragement like, "You've got this." So now that you're familiar with the various attachment styles and their workings, we'll move on to discussing how you can apply this understanding to cultivate a blissful relationship. Part 6, Mastering Effective Communication, can help you identify the right partner and maintain a flourishing relationship. No two relationships are identical. Each one possesses its unique strengths and vulnerabilities. So, how can you ensure happiness in your relationship? The solution, regardless of your attachment style, is quite straightforward: effective communication. Articulating your needs and concerns transparently can greatly ease the process of determining if a potential partner is the right fit for you. However, interpreting the signals from someone you've just started dating can be a challenge. Imagine you've been on several dates with a potential partner who is yet to make a move. This scenario leaves many in a state of worry, pondering whether they should patiently wait for their partner to take the initiative or make the first move themselves. Instead of ruminating, it may be beneficial to openly address the issue. Although you might fear appearing excessively needy, this approach can provide a clear understanding of their perception of your relationship. Even if their reaction doesn't align with your hopes, at least both parties have a clear understanding of each other's expectations. If you've found someone you genuinely like, it's crucial to express your needs and concerns to your partner early on, to lay the foundation for a lasting relationship. But remember, effective communication doesn't require you to voice every concern or problem immediately. Instead, it involves finding a method to prevent these worries from accumulating. The key to effective communication is to be precise about your issue without blaming your partner. For instance, rather than saying, "It's pathetic that you still talk about your ex-girlfriend," you could say, "When you talk about your ex, it makes me feel insecure and upset. I need to know that you're satisfied with our relationship." By conveying your concerns without laying blame, you create a safe space for your partner to better understand your viewpoint. Part 7. Learning to navigate conflicts can lead to a more harmonious relationship. Regrettably, conflicts are an integral part of every relationship. But have you ever considered that disagreements with your partner could actually enhance your happiness? The key to a contented relationship isn't necessarily the absence of disagreements, but rather how you handle them. There are a few crucial aspects to bear in mind whenever you're grappling with a conflict with your partner. Firstly, steer clear of generalizations. For instance, a dispute about who should handle grocery shopping shouldn't spill over into other unrelated arguments, like whose turn it is to wash the dishes. Limiting your argument to a specific issue can prevent it from escalating unnecessarily. Secondly, it's essential to prioritize your partner's well-being. One way to achieve this is by arriving at amicable compromises on contentious topics, ensuring everyone is satisfied with the outcome. Picture this. You and your partner are debating your vacation plans. While you're eager to hit the beach again, your partner prefers engaging in activities other than lounging on the sandy shores. However, there's room for compromise. For instance, you could select a destination that offers the perfect blend of relaxation on the beach and more adventurous pursuits, like sightseeing. Interestingly, conflicts can serve as a platform for couples to strengthen their emotional bonds. Raising a long-standing issue can provide your partner with insights into your experiences. Though you might think it's obvious what's bothering you, say his negligence in taking out the trash, remember your partner can't read your thoughts. After discussing the reasons behind your discontent, you'll likely feel a sense of relief for finally addressing the issue. Simultaneously, your partner will appreciate the clarity, no longer having to second-guess your needs and desires. In the end, resolving conflicts is a win-win situation for everyone involved. Part 8. Avoid settling for a partner who cannot meet your relationship needs. Reflect upon all the romantic Hollywood movies you've watched. There seems to be a recurring narrative. Regardless of their diverse needs, the boy always wins the girl's heart, and they bask in eternal bliss. It sends a clear message. True love possesses the power to nurture any relationship. However, reality might tell a different story. Pairing an individual with an anxious attachment style with someone who has an avoidant attachment style isn't advisable. Undeniably, experiencing genuine love for your partner is a critical prerequisite for a lasting relationship. However, we can't ignore the fact that everyone has distinct needs. When someone yearning for closeness falls for someone with an avoidant attachment style, their relationship will likely resemble a turbulent roller coaster ride. Their contrasting approaches to intimacy can create significant stress in their relationship, affecting major decisions like marriage and starting a family, factors often desired by anxious individuals, but not always by those with an avoidant style. Reaching a compromise that allows your relationship to thrive can be almost impossible when you disagree on such significant life choices. The secret to a joyful relationship lies in finding a partner who can fulfill your needs. Regardless of your attachment style, a straightforward way to ensure that you find a compatible partner for a happy relationship is, as we've previously highlighted, effective communication. Understanding your partner's relationship needs and communicating your own is paramount. However, if you find yourself stuck in an unhappy relationship, don't waste precious time trying to reconcile irreconcilable differences. Sometimes, it's best to acknowledge that your desires and needs aren't aligned with your partner's and seek someone whose expectations resonate more closely with your own, and that's your recipe for a harmonious relationship. Final summary. In the quest for a durable relationship, don't leave things to serendipity. Determine your attachment style and aim to find a partner capable of fulfilling your desires and needs. Thank you for joining me today on this journey of learning and discovery as we explored the insights of another thought-provoking book in our growing library of knowledge. If you've enjoyed our time together, please take a moment to follow our podcast, give us a 5-star rating, and share 20-minute books with other knowledge seekers. Your support truly means a lot. Don't forget to join me again in the next episode, where we will delve into another enriching book. Until then, happy reading and happy listening.